Yo, what's happening, my people? It's your boy AudioMonkey, and I'm back again with another video. And today, I'm gonna be breaking down this beat, and this is like a reggaeton stroke or slash Afrobeats vibe. And I made this a while ago actually, and I just decided that I was gonna break this down for you guys. So it's quite simple, really. We have a tempo of 100 BPM, and I believe this beat is in the key of yeah. Let me see real quick. I think it's in the key of B minor, if I'm not mistaken. So it's quite simple, really. I started this beat with a drum bounce, a loop I got from Sabar Sounds, Afro World, one of the best kits, and it sounds like this. And it actually was with a kick, but I took out all the lows. So let me play it without the equalizer so you hear what it sounds like originally. So I cut out all the lows on this sample because I just wanted to use my own kick drum. I didn't really like the way it sounded. So basically, that's that. And when I had this, I put this kick. Yeah, I like this kick. So I put this kick and EQ'd out all the highs, compressed it a bit. And there you have this bounce, really nice groovy bounce. So technically, the drums are like it's an Afrobeat bounce actually, but all the other instruments kind of make it is what makes it like an Afrobeats reggaeton crossover. So after I put the kick drum over the original drum loop, I added this snare and this clap. And this is what it sounds like together. I took out all the lows, because this is basically mixing, when you are making beats, music generally, you always have to create space. You have to chop out all the frequencies that are not necessary in each of the samples to create space for, other instruments that need that space in those same frequency range. So like when you have a when I have a snare, I always try to take out all these parts out, and the reason I do that is so that I can give room for lower instruments like the kicks and the bass, So we have these three instruments now and they sound like this together. So that's a nice bounce. And after I did that, I added the first sample. Yeah, and a nice dancehall sample. I EQ'd it as usual. I compressed it a bit and put some reverb. And when I did that, I added this next sample. So this is a really mad bass sound. Sounds crazy. And as you can see, I chopped out most of the highs, all the highs really actually, and I compressed it and added some reverb. Now I see a lot of engineers saying, "Oh, you don't put reverb on bass. You can't do that. You don't put." Bro, that's a lie. Like you can put reverb on bass samples, but you need to do it the right way. Like you can't put too much of it, and you can also put it on all bass samples, but definitely you can put reverb on bass samples. So I put some reverb on that, and it sounded nice. And so after I did that, next thing I did was to add this guitar, which is is a reggaeton guitar. It was 108 BPM, but I stretched it out to fit the tempo of this project. And this is what the guitar sounds like. So it sounds so nice, guys, so nice. And that's the beauty of making music, you know. You can literally drag a sample of a different key, of a different speed, and you can tweak it, add effects to it, and fit it to your own project. But you know, I put a lot of stuff on this sample. I first of all, I wanted it to sound like I didn't want it to be too I didn't want it to be I didn't want the presence of the sample to be too much. I just wanted it to be there and I wanted it to still be audible, but I wanted it to just have this subtle vibe to it, you know. So that's what I did here. Oops. Apparently, I have issues with that VST. I think I uninstalled it or something. So that's that. Anyways, so I put the delay and I put the reverb on it, you know, and that's what made us get that sound. And so for this first section, which is the intro, I have effects. Like you see all these things all over like this, like right here. All effects, risers, drum fills, um, impact effects, all these things so important and critical. And this is the first effect, you know. So it's like the beat is starting and it's starting with a, I don't know, like presence, you know, it has this reverb and it has this ambient vibe to it. So just kind of gives the beat a nice, you know, start. And let me play with everything. All these things don't sound so obvious when you are like listening to the whole beat together. But trust me, like these are the little things that make the difference, you know, in your with your instrumentals. So yeah, you know. And I have some other effects right here. So I'm just gonna solo those effects so that you can hear what they sound like. Because you know, all these things don't sound so obvious when the whole beat is playing. So these are effects to transition the beats from the intro to the other section, and this is what they sound like together. And I'm gonna play that again. So you know, I have this. It's it's like they call them like tonal effects. You know, not just random risers or impact effects. They have like they have it um harmonic texture to them, like you know, like a normal feel like this just sounds like. Oh, let me use this instead. It's just a random effect. But this one has it's like an actual instrument. You feel me? But the trick is it has to be on the same key, so you have to tweak it to make it sound right, and that's why I always mess with this thing, the pitch knob, because this is what helps you adjust the pitch of samples to fit the key of your project. You feel me? And so after I did all this at this part, we go into the next section of the beat, which is the verse, right? And I added some additional samples to the verse, right? And this is what it sounds like. The hook, actually. This is the hook, not the verse. My bad. So the additional samples I added here, basically these two. Yeah, so that's that. I have to say this though. I used to arrange my beats in a very unconventional manner. I do that a lot of times actually. Most Afrobeat songs usually go like intro, verse for about 8 bars or 12, then a pre-hook, then a hook. But many times I do an intro and I go straight into the hook. And I just do that because I don't like many times when you're doing the verse, you always have to kind of like take out stuff and reduce the energy and build it up again, with the pre-hook back into the hook. But I just like to many times I like the track to start really hard and then bring it down a bit and go again. So I actually started with the intro and then I went to the hook. And after that part, after I added those two, I added these other transition effects, and it sound like this. Really dope, man, really dope. So that is the hook, and basically we have this other section, the verse, and another pre and another hook, right? So these are the other samples I added into the verse for variation. And let me play those two out alone so you hear what they sound like. So alone, it sounds a little funny, but when you hear it with all the other stuff, like you hear it with this. So, and I added this. This is honestly, I don't know what this is, but it's just a mad sample that just fit the beat. And is this kind of sample that is very common with dancehall, reggaeton, reggae tracks. You feel me? And I just put it there because it fits. And I don't think I have anything too crazy. I EQ'd it, compressed it, and put delay because there's a lot of delay usually used in this type of style of music, all this dancehall reggae type of stuff. they always put delays on their instruments. So after I did that, I added this bass line. So I put this vocal sample and other drum fills to lead it back into the hook. So basically, that's it, guys. That's how I make this beat. I've shown you the intro, I've shown you the hook, I've shown you the verse, I've shown you the samples I used, and I've shown you the three different sections. So, guys, if you liked this video, if you learned one or two things about my workflow and everything, please like, comment, share. I'm gonna be dropping more stuff, obviously, and just keep it locked, guys. Keep it real, stay safe, and till we meet again, guys. Peace.